Hey everyone, Dylan here. Now today we are going to be doing another quickie discussion. Now today's quickie discussion is the start of a brand new series, and that series is the Chris Chan White Knight series. Now this is going to be the exact opposite of the Chris Chan Troll series. We are going to be looking at people who defend Chris online instead of insulting him. Now to start this off, we have Kenneth Englehardt. Now, I put his name through text-to-speech, so I'm 100% sure I'm saying it correctly. I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to do better because I keep fucking up words. Why do you reply to everything? And do you have a crush on me, Ken? These are words from Chris to Kingle, and apparently that's one of his nicknames. Kenneth Englehardt, born on the 2nd of March 1960, affectionately nicknamed Kingle by Christorians, is one of Chris's Facebook White Knights. As an overweight, inept, autistic, middle-aged, part-time bookkeeper and an accountant with a penchant for creating bizarre artwork, Kingle naturally feels as though he shares a lot in common with Chris, except for Chris is unemployed, so that means you're actually more successful than Chris. Kingle is also notable for being one of the 2 confirmed genuine fans of Sonichu. I feel incredibly bad for him. During the comics run, another being Sonic Chu is cool. We'll have to look at him eventually if he's on the White Knights list as well. Relationship with Chris. Kingle's intentions towards Chris seems entirely true and honest. Kenneth will often give praise to Chris when he feels there is justification in doing so. A notable example of this was when he was praising Chris Chan on some of his artwork of a medallion, having an opinion on a video game, and breathing in and out. That being said, he'll occasionally make what appears to be a subtle jab at Chris, which is usually an indication that he's going to turn into a troll in the future, but I don't think that happened with this man. And outright call him out, which is weird because usually White Knights don't do that until they turn on him, when he's clearly in the wrong, in particular over the events of December 26, 2014. Kenneth is well known for his artwork of Sonichu and Rosachu. The website no longer exists. I'll redirect you to it real quick. It has apparently been taken over by some weird Asian company. Either a troll did this to his website or his domain just got sold and repurposed. I have no clue. While he was initially rejected as a troll by Chris, this is no longer the case, and they have been Facebook friends for quite a while. Kenneth remains the only person on record to have made a Sonichu derivative website. Occasionally, he does post on Chris's Facebook statuses. There is some debate on whether Kenneth can be considered a member of Chris's inner circle on Facebook, as they do have a number of mutual friends, the most notable being William Elliott Waterman, and I might do a video on him in the future, but Kenneth is oftenly flat out ignored and is sometimes treated contemptuously by Chris. Despite being known as a lolcow amongst lolcow enthusiasts, by and large, he is actually quite well liked on Facebook. Kenneth has also hosted anti-bullying forums in the past on Sonichu.org and spurgweb.com. I can't believe that's an actual website. Technical issues caused by his unfamiliarity with the forum design and trolling forced these off the internet. While Chris did express interest in his idea of making a fan site, this did not materialize due to Kenneth's unfamiliarity with Dreamweaver. Kingle has also bought several of Chris's eBay items, like a lot of White Knights and trolls tend to do, and sent him some sardines after Chris's house burned down. Kingle is considered a lolcow in his own right, in part due to his bizarre Sonichu fan comic, Sonichin. And I actually think I have heard of that, and I think I did read it at one point. If it still exists out there somewhere, I'll try to find it and see if we can look over that one day. I think it's all but gone. I'll have to look for it. It is not known what Chris thinks of this parody, but according to Kenneth himself, Chris takes a neutral stance. Ken once bought a Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. The problem is that it contained a preview for Sonic Boom at the start, which particularly got Chris hot-headed. Although Kingle is classified as a lolcow in his own right, in part due to his bizarre artwork and websites, he is considered more of a borderline low-grade cow compared to more infamous lolcows on the forum. It was recently noted that Kenneth's Sonichin and Rosachin website was dismantled and rebuilt as a general website to exhibit his artwork. As of November 2016, the website is a blog where Kenneth posts, among other other things, progress and updates on Sonachin and Rosachin, meaning the comic has returned. And I think it's gone now because we saw the website a second ago, and it is just some weird Asian website. Relationship with the trolls. Kingle was temporarily banned from the Kiwi farms because he seemed to not comprehend that there are mean people on the internet, and instead believed that everyone is genuinely interested in Chris as a cool, famous internet dude who everyone wants to befriend. Eventually accepting the fact that such people existed, Kingle has decided to go on an online crusade against them. In 2017, he started KiwiFarms.xyz, a blog in which he writes angry posts about PMERT and other topics, in a bid to divert attention away from the real Kiwi Farms to himself. Needless to say, he has yet to succeed in doing so. A thread on the farms has been made specifically about Kingle, and it has ballooned to hundreds of pages and counting. In many ways, Kingle is the Rosachu to Chris's Sonichu, a useless borderline NPC character who shows up occasionally to be mildly annoying. He can't win Chris. On May 2nd, 2018, Chris listed a spare Sonichu license plate on eBay. Since license plates may be considered DMV property, Kingle asked Chris if he had got permission to sell it from the DMV, which prompted Chris to ask him to stop, which Kingle agreed. 2 days later, on May 4th, 2018, somebody suggested to Chris that his donations dropping could be due to Patreon taking a 50% cut, which Kingle said was outrageous. This prompted Chris to call Kingle outrageous and tell him to not comment on his post anymore, or Chris would unfriend him. But he told Kingle that he is still allowed to donate to Chris's Patreon. Oh, how nice of him. You're still allowed to give me money if he chooses. Kingle, having finally had enough, told Chris that friendships don't work like that, and then said goodbye, suggesting that he was done with Chris. Not too long after this, Kingle replied to Chris's tweet begging for money. Have you considered a project manager? They can help you with work layout, publicity, the bottom line, and so forth. Chris replied, if I had even remotely knew of such a manager years ago, I seriously would have done that sooner. Yup. And that's all I have to say about Kenneth Erwin Englehardt. He is a Chris Chan White Knight. He tried to befriend Chris, and just like most people Chris Chan interacts with in life, Chris tried to use him, and then when he was done with him and tired of him, he threw him away. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you want to see more of these White Knight videos, tell me that down in the comment section below. If there's anyone you want me to cover, comment that name down below. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.